Has God given you a promise you're waiting to see fulfilled? Do you remember the game show Deal or No Deal? If you're not familiar with the game, there are a bunch of briefcases with various amounts of money in them ranging from $1 to $1 million. They're all closed and the player picks one at random. That is their case. They open the rest one by one. Every few cases, the banker calls and tries to buy their case from them. The goal is for the banker to entice the player to sell their case for as little as possible. Well, my friend, the devil is the banker in our lives. God has given each and every one of us a promise, and the devil wants us to quit before we get it. He wants you to just be happy where you are. Perhaps you have a sickness in your body, and God has promised you full restoration. The devil wants you to sit down and be quiet, because the symptoms have subsided. I'm telling you, don't quit now. Don't stop now. Don't quit till the promises are fulfilled. Perhaps God has promised that your family will be saved. The devil says, shh, just sit down. One of your children are saved. That's good enough. Just be happy with that, right? No. If you have God's promise, don't let up. Don't quit. Don't stop. Don't settle for partial promises. You turn and you look the devil in the face and you tell him, no deal. I've got a promise, and I'm not stopping till I get what God has promised me. Imagine if the Israelites were content with the plains of Moab. They had plentiful pastures. They had flocks. They had herds. Why keep going? There was a river still ahead. There was the walls of Jericho. What if they said, nah, we're good. We're content with this. We're happy here. It's so much better than the wilderness we came from. No. They said, we got a promise. God said he was giving us a land flowing with milk and honey, and we're not going to stop until we get a land flowing with milk and honey. Sometimes I think we have to stop and go back and think like a child. If I tell my kids we're going to stop for ice cream after we run errands, they aren't going to settle for some popsicles from the freezer at home. They're going to hold me to the fact that I made them a promise. No matter what obstacle seems to be in the way of your promise today, I want to encourage your faith. Hebrews 10:23 tells us, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. Don't settle for a pig if you were promised a horse. Don't settle for a partial healing. Don't settle for 1 if you were promised 10. You look the devil square in the eye and you tell him, no deal. I got a promise. Remember, Jesus loves you and I do too. Keep the faith today. God bless.